Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's get Jimmy. Did that work? Did it work? Did it work? Did it work? Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. This week, JimmyJamz and I are going to talk about Aliens Covenant. Aliens Covenant. Yeah. Aliens Covenant. That's what we're going to talk about this week. Aliens Covenant. Aliens Covenant. That's what we're going to talk about. Aliens Covenant. There he is.
Nah.
I'm coming. How's it going?
It's all good.
Hey, do you want
brother.
Do you want to sync the timing of the pushing the play button this week, or?
I was gonna do that, Carl, but then I realized I can't watch it again. I can't even have it in the background again. I can't do it. I can't.
No?
I just put myself through it. No. So I have a better alien movie playing in the background just to clean my taste buds.
Okay, well, don't look at my screen then, because I'm going to push play.
Oh, that's okay. That is okay.
Okay, I'll push play. There.
You can have it going there. This one, it's too fresh.
It's too fresh, yeah. Well,
the pain is too fresh.
I watched this movie 3 times this week.
How do you feel about that? Are you okay?
How's that? Oh, Jesus. How's that? Is that good there? Is everything?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Good enough?
Absolutely.
How do I feel about it? Well, as a casual movie fan who loves sci-fi, and if you take the word aliens from the series out of this movie, I don't mind this movie.
No, me too. Like there's lots to like about it. A lot more than Prometheus.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. I enjoyed it way more than Prometheus for sure.
Yeah.
This thing working? Just making sure this thing's working. Okay.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, it's working. It's working. Okay, it's working. There, chat board open. Hi.
Perfect.
Chat hi. I don't know why I just wrote that. Anyways, yeah, I watched it 3 times this week, and without knowing the lore, like you, obviously, because I'm way more of a casual fan. I didn't hate this movie.
No, and there's some things I really like about it. There's some things I absolutely can't stand about it.
I'm excited to hear what those are, actually.
Because it's definitely Ridley Scott doing better with it and realizing that, oh yeah, I guess people want to see aliens in alien movies, so they get to that.
They get to that.
But the way they get to it, and there's a lot of just rehashing, but there are some cool concepts that actually come from the very first Alien movie, from a couple of deleted scenes that never got used.
Haven't seen them. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch any of the extras.
Yeah. And it's from in the original Alien. It's in a deleted scene that Ridley Scott, it was like a concept he wanted to try, but he never actually got to. I guess I'll explain that before and kind of explain this movie going into the review itself and what the hell we're watching. So this is I can't even remember what year this came out. Only a couple years.
2017.
2017. Okay, yeah, only a few years after. Like he apparently Ridley Scott really had to rework the script. He had more plans with the engineers and that planet and what was going to happen with them, and because they never really answered the whole, why was that goo created to destroy humans? That never really gets answered in this movie, and that would have gotten kind of answered, but because of all the backlash to the first one, to Prometheus, which, God, thank you that he kind of listened. He kind of backtracked it into more of a straight and streamlined Alien movie. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a sequel to my least favorite one, and it's still, it's not my second least favorite, but it's definitely not on the top. It's definitely not in the very top of my list. And sometimes we'll talk in the chat. Guns edits. Sometimes we'll get ourselves in there.
Talk to chat.
All right.
Say hello, hi. There we go.
Hello.
Keep going.
Yeah. Anyways, I got myself distracted there. Yeah, and so Ridley Scott moved, and he creates this movie, which is cool, and he brings up a few concepts that kind of mess up a lot of the lore in itself, but we'll get to that a little bit later in this. The scene playing behind you, I actually really like getting to see Guy Pearce's character without all the fucking makeup. The opening scene.
Uh-huh.
You get to see Wayland as just a regular looking dude. I'm glad they got rid of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked it up, and Wayland was only like 104 years old, but he looked like a fucking reptile man. You wouldn't think that he would look that fucking like. There's people out there that have reached that.
Oh, yeah.
That have gotten that old, and they didn't look like reptiles,
except the reptilian ones.
Yes, yeah. Right, and they probably live even longer than that. So we haven't seen that yet.
Hey, Krabs is here. Hey, Krabs.
Woo. Hey, Krabs.
Woo.
Woohoo! Another great streamer. Go check out his channel.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get into well, what are some of the things you really like about this movie? Let's start with the good.
What do I like about the movie? Well, I thought the first half of the movie was really good.
Me too. I thought there's a scene that really switches it kind of off for me, and that has to do with the effects and a lot of it.
Which scene's that?
That's when the alien stuff finally starts happening. I really like the gore with when the guy's in the medical ship, and he's shaking around and he's going crazy, and then it's burst out of his back and falls. I really like that whole effect. But as soon as you see the alien thing, the proto-alien thing, it's too shiny. It's too CGI. The CGI is not great in this one either. Mm-hmm. To me, I didn't. It was an upgrade from Prometheus, but it didn't look good. Everything looked too shiny, and there's a lot of unexpected comedy in this movie that I'm gonna point out too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that scene, like when the alien starts happening, it brings up all the really bad stuff of Prometheus kind of again. Like really badly written characters that just end up doing really stupid shit. Mm-hmm. Bad CGI.
At least these characters have some character, though. At least some of them do.
I think they're a really enjoyable cast, actually, and I think Tennessee is one of the best.
He's great. Yeah.
That they've had in the series, damn near, especially in this series with Prometheus in this. There's some actually.
From what I've watched up to this point, I agree with that.
Yeah, he's a really good character and like well driven. He does make some stupid things, but he has a good reason to do that, and he still ends up doing the right thing. Well, he's all worried about his wife for the first while, and without knowing if they're in trouble, which clearly they obviously are, but without knowing, he wants to keep going closer and closer to the storm. Mm-hmm. Which again, Ridley Scott, write something different. Why do you have to have the ship up there and there's a storm in between, and now we lose communication? It's literally hitting on a lot of the same beats as Prometheus. Uh-huh. I find the way that this movie's written, and I don't know. I thought it was really weird that in the very opening, so the ship starts. We open up to this another beautiful ship, which I think looks way better than any of the Prometheus ships. Mm-hmm. The technology on it looks way better, more in line. But the movie opens up with that after this I guess what's playing in the background. I could just kind of go with that, but it opens up and then the ship starts going all haywire. Something bad is happening on the ship, and they reveal that there's another synthetic on there that looks exactly like David from Prometheus. Mm-hmm. But you learns that it's Walter. But yeah, they get hit by that neuron storm in the background there. And then the ship gets all crazy, and you find out that this is a group of colonists, mm-hmm. and that makes more sense. With them not also being the smartest decision makers, or like not basing everything off science or their beliefs. Like in Prometheus, these guys are actually kind of more well-rounded, but they're workers. You know what I mean? More or less, they're colonists. That's literally what they are.
Pioneers.
Yeah, exactly. So they're a little bit rougher around the edges, and they're they're not supposed to be like the top brains in the world. So I like that about them. They kind of go back to that everyman character, like the very first Alien movie, because they were just fucking space truckers in that movie. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you learn that, and this scene is very brutal, and you don't even really realize what's happening in this scene. I was confused at first, the first couple times I watched it, and that's when Buddy's fucking pod just lights him up on fire.
Oh yeah, I was trying to understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, like the logic of it and everything is like that's a malfunction that shouldn't happen in it for any reason.
You would think, yeah.
You would think, and then it turns out it's the fucking captain of the ship.
Uh-huh.
It is, and then it's also like the other biggest name actor in this entire fucking movie.
Branson, Captain Branson.
Yeah, Captain Branson. And
shit. Go ahead. No, that was just my.
Oh, you almost blinded me there with the clean shave.
Sorry. I just got.
It's okay. I got myself.
So I can see the chat board there in case somebody wants to chat.
Perfect.
I don't have to look over here. I can keep looking that way.
Right.
Captain Branson, yeah, which happens to be Daniel's husband.
Daniel. Yeah. Also, James fucking Franco.
Is that who it was?
Like the actors. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you don't even realize you only realize that when she's sitting there all sad after the death. I'm pretty sure it's the scene that's playing right now. And
yeah, where he's free climbing.
And then she pulls up the recording of him like up on Everest or some shit.
Yeah,
pretty much
free climbing. Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's fucking James Franco. Like, I mean, I get it. He got pretty much canceled. So, but not at this point. And the fact that they like, it was just a weird choice to just have him there for a split second. And he was never even with everybody. It's just a weird decision to me. Because he wasn't in the marketing or anything like that. It's not like they were like, oh, hey, here's James Franco, like as the captain, and then he dies right away. Like they didn't even do that in the ads and stuff for the movie. None of that. So it was just weird to me.
Yeah, pretty small part. Because somebody's agent owed somebody a favor.
Right? Exactly. They're like, can we get your name in this? Maybe Danny McBride. They were kind of close for a bit. So
he needs a paycheck.
Right?
I thought this movie was more about AI than it was about aliens.
Me too. And that's where I don't like Ridley Scott's whole creationism that he fucking jams down your throat in these two movies. And that everything, and like, I don't know, about like figuring out where we're from, and that if we create something else, it'll want to create even something better than us. And it's just kind of creationism, like his ideas of it and his questioning in his own life are thrown into this movie, as you can tell, at least to me. Especially Prometheus. But then they fuck with the alien lore, because now they're saying that fucking it was just David that created the fucking aliens. I mean, we'll get there, but like really like a little bit more in depth. But that kind of like just kind of spits in the rest of the movie and the rest of the franchise. But it kind of makes sense in some ways. But anyways, yeah. I guess who were your favorite characters? I really like Daniels too. She was a standout.
Yeah, she was great. Yeah, yeah, her and Tennessee. Yeah, they're by far the two best, I thought.
Yeah.
But I mean, they had probably the biggest roles too, I guess, in a way.
I was gonna say they had the most lines, really.
Obviously, other than David and.
One second. I gotta pull something out of the oven.
Yeah, no worries. He's cooking. I wonder what he's cooking. What are you cooking? What are you cooking? JimmyJamz? Anybody who's watching right now, you got something to say about Aliens Covenant? Just put it in the chat box down there. And,
yeah, if anybody in chat wants to throw out their favorite scenes, their favorite movies, and especially in the franchise, and especially if you have anything to say about Covenant, because this movie it's not bad, but I mean, it to me it's kind of paint by numbers in the same way. Like out of all the other Alien movies, kind of brought something new, a bit more flavor. This one just kind of feels just like Prometheus in the way it's shot. I don't know. It just doesn't feel much. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't feel quite authentic. It feels of its time and when it came out.
Excuse me. Oh. I'm fighting a bit of a cold, I think.
Oh, fuck. There's tons of those going around. But I mean, can you even call it a cold anymore?
That's what I call it.
But it's supposed to be fucking cold. Anyway.
How come they always land in a storm?
That again, this is Ripley Scott does not know, like, in every single one of his Alien movies. In the first one, it's like they don't really look much into the planet. They're like, oh, it's hostile. It's gonna suck.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they don't wait. They're like, there's a transmission, and then Prometheus. Oh, we found the planet. We have to get down there. We have to get okay.
In this one here, they're getting a message every 46 seconds or whatever it is. Yeah. Same repeating message. So it's like, okay, it's not like somebody doing a manual SOS or anything like that.
No, it's definitely just something that's been recorded and set on repeat.
And then they show a scene from space, and you see this fucking hurricane on the planet, and they're like, let's go.
Yeah. Again, you're like, can you not wait a day?
I'm also curious why they named it Lander 1 when they only had one lander anyhow.
Yeah, right.
Why would you name it Lander 1?
Right? Just name it Lander.
Well, yeah. grab the lander.
Right? Because then they have that other craft at the end that's like their
that's like a cargo hauler or whatever. It's it was like a cargo lift or whatever, basically.
Yeah.
But
so they never had another lander that whole time. So
we'll name it Lander 1. That was one thing that I thought was weird. I just happened to catch that when I was watching it, like on the third time actually. And they're like, "It's Lander 1," and I'm like, "We only have one."
Right? There's no real point to that.
Pretty small thing to bitch about, but I thought it was.
Oh no, there's more. There's more coming up. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I can fill in more of that.
Mm-hmm. I got a few myself. But.
Yeah, good. I like the planet. I did like a lot of beautiful shots, and I like the dark. He definitely went with a creepier look to it. Like David's little laboratory is fucking creepy as shit. Like it's definitely leaning more into that horror feel and like how it's a dead planet. We could be a dead planet because of what David has done. And what did you think about that twist?
Well, about the twist of what David did?
Yeah.
I don't know. Without watching the rest of it, it was confusing to me more than anything.
Right.
But I don't know all the other movies. But
there's not really anything. That's the engineer's planet that David and Shaw flew to, and then he just had all that goo, and he just releases it on the planet, and then just tests out like what the goo evolves into over time.
Yeah,
but so like the whole engineers thing is just like wiped off. Like actually that didn't matter. And I just thought that was fucking so weird because that was like the whole point of the whole fucking Prometheus was to meet these things and talk to them.
So, okay, the ship comes in with David and Shaw. They dock. He releases the fucking spores or the liquid that turns to atomizes to whatever.
Yeah.
And they go down, they wipe out the planet, and then what? Do all those aliens just die off?
Well, they die off and evolve and kind of.
Is that why there's is that how the spores evolve? Like, what the fuck? When they go down there and the guy steps on the mushroom and fucking spores go in his ear and nose and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, where did that come from? Like,
well, exactly, and that's kind of what they say, but they don't explain it enough. Even when David goes through all his explanation, it's really quick and it's just kind of, why? Because I thought there would have been a lot more of the like big mutated like engineer versions of fucking xenomorphs almost,
something, yeah.
Because it's a whole planet, for Christ's sake. Like,
well, there's this. Okay, so this virus kills every living thing on the planet, all the meat on the planet, and then it turns into a mushroom, and then waits 100,000 years for another
life form.
Like, I don't get it. I'm confused.
Well, when you see David's lab, you see that there's a bunch of other animals that have kind of mutated with this spore stuff, like with the.
Are they still on the planet though?
Yeah, I thought those were like things that like were on the. Oh, are they left on the planet? I don't think so. I think in the end they all died.
Yeah.
But for a while there was stuff living, and then it just kind of decayed into these spores, and then they created more of those fly things. I don't know. Like, it doesn't really make that much sense.
The dead aliens decayed into the spores. Okay, I can go with that. That makes a little bit of sense. Yeah.
That's my like how I kind of looked at it, is that it just decayed into its own kind of fungus that kept living and created the spores.
Okay, yeah, but works. That works for me. Yeah.
But again, they don't really explain it, so I mean, it's left pretty open ended on that one.
Yeah, they don't show the spores growing out of like a skeleton or anything.
Right? Which would be cool, especially now with TV shows like The Last of Us.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Right? Which is a great TV show, by the way, and season 2 is just out, so it's just. I think the first couple episodes.
I haven't watched season 2 yet, but
I think we're on like episode 4 now.
Oh, nice! Yeah, is it living up? Is it living up to what you were hoping it was going to be?
Yes and no, because I love the video game, but I don't like what they did in the video game, and I don't know. I'm not going to say much more than that, because if you don't know the story of the video game,
I don't. Yeah.
Okay, but I don't think they should have went with the same twist that they did in the game. In the show, it wasn't for me. I thought they could have extended some things and done it differently, but
that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show. Back to this. I liked a lot of the sets. I liked. I do want to get on to some of the bad characters here and like the stupid fucking characters. So, who did you think was like some of the dumbest characters in this one?
I don't know if any of them really jumped out at me as being dumb so much, or annoying or anything. They all were just, just characters. Really, go.
The secondary captain, to me, he annoyed the shit out of me. He was in over his head, obviously, but he just kept making the wrong decisions and trying to, well, I'm the captain now, so I have to make this decision. And every single one he makes is just like bad. Like, he doesn't really take the time to investigate the planet. He doesn't let the rest of the crew have a fucking memorial for their dead captain.
That was odd,
like,
yeah. Especially for
right?
a religious guy.
Yeah, and then down on the planet, he's just kind of, he doesn't take anything serious enough, or he's too excited because he thinks he's won the lottery with this planet that he found.
We could build the housing there and the community center over there.
Right? And then that kind of just like, okay, you're one of the, and then later on with David, there's a few things like when David is showing him his wall of fucking creations that he's dissected and then engineered, and is explaining to this guy that he's creating he is like engineering these creatures, and then he goes, I want to show, and then David goes, I want to show you my my ultimate creation, like my masterpieces. And then he goes, okay, and just walks into this dark ass room where there's all these fucking eggs. And he's like, are they safe? And David's like, yes, go touch one. It's good to touch. And he just fucking does.
Have a look.
Yeah, have a look. It's good to take a look or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It was kind of strange.
It's very like clearly ominous and not good. like after this robot has been explaining that he's just been dissecting animals and engineering them and mixed crossbreeding and doing all this shit for the last 10 years. Like, no. So that I thought was a little bit like he was just, that was one of like just a dumb thing that he did. But there's one, and I know I'm probably gonna get called a neckbeard or whatever for this, but Tennessee's wife is actually probably one of the stupidest characters in this movie. You don't really get to know her, but Ferris. She's like the medical officer or whatever, and the pilot.
She wants to investigate the mud puddle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she's back on the ship, like checking things out. And then the one I can't remember the one female character, but she comes back with the soldier, the more armed up guy who's infected, and he's all starting to tweak out and look really shitty. So they show up, and then the whole, oh my god, like there's no like full on quarantine for one. They don't like, no, you can't come on the ship. The one chick's yelling, and the other one, and Ferris is just kind of standing there like, I don't know what to do, and which is fine. I understand, way out of her element. That's not what I find fucking dumb. And like there's a clear like comedic beat that I don't know if they intended for it, but I fucking laughed in this scene. This is the first one out of the two I told you about. I told you about one, but this one made me laugh on my second viewing of it again. So they get so she ends up rushing them into the medical room and locking them in there. And Ferris is freaking out, and then she goes back, and then she watches this thing just. Oh, okay. So then it cuts, like she's freaking. Ferris is freaking out. She runs away. It cuts back to the girl in the room with the soldier, and the thing is falling out. And she runs, and she slips on some blood, and she ends up just laying on the ground for the whole fucking time. Doesn't think about standing up. So she slips on some blood from the soldier that's piled up on the floor. Okay, that's almost comedic, but not really, because it's still kind of tense. And then you see this fucking shiny little creature that pops up, and I hate that there's no chest burster versions of them. They're just miniature versions, and then they're big. You know, like the alien creatures in this, like they're just miniature versions of their big self. But in alien lore, it goes to a chest burster, and then the chest burster sheds its skin and it becomes bigger, and you actually get to see that stage in the next movie we're going to watch, Romulus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you get to see that stage. It's kind of like a molting stage, and it's really cool. Gross, but cool. But in these movies, it's just small versions. Even the xenomorph alien at the end, it's not technically a xenomorph, I don't think, but it's close enough. But it just comes out of the captain, and it's just a small version of it. And then David makes it like put it up its arms like it's fucking Jesus. It's again the hands up. That's what he does. Yeah, it's just it's weird to me, man. That is. But I just don't like that they cut out the whole chest burster thing. But anyways, back to my original rant. What really pissed me off? Oh, it pissed me off. Just dumb character shit. So the one girl, she slips in the blood, falls. The protomorph thing jumps up and attacks her, and it's just kind of biting her. She even kicks it out of the way and knocks it, and sees that she hurts it, but it keeps attacking. And somehow, it's like a cat attack. I mean, you would think you could kill it, and it's not. It hasn't said anything about acid for blood in these ones yet. Like they don't make it clear in this movie at all, at least, that these white ones have acid for blood. So she probably could have just fucking kept stabbing it. Or did it burn?
Well, when it bit David, or not David's hand off, when it bit fucking Walter's hand off,
it did melt it. Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know if anybody really makes note of that or anything. But.
No, and I didn't even. It was. That's actually a pretty fun scene. I really like that scene, and we're going to get to that pretty much next. When the thing attacks him out in the dark
in the wheat field.
Yeah.
The giant wheat, big fucking wheat, big.
Yeah, giant wheat, giant.
I know my wheat. I know my wheat. This is wheat. Right? That's what the one dude says. I know my wheat.
Right.
But I guess they are all farmers, so. Or pioneers, I should say.
Pioneers, so that they all have a role, but unlike no, they're not all scientists. A lot of them are just soldiers and workers and whatever to start a colony.
The elite from Earth that could afford to have themselves shipped to a new planet to get away from whatever
Earth.
Earth. Yeah.
Whatever has happened to Earth. Which
do we find out what happens to Earth? Or?
Kind of, but not really. In Alien Resurrection, there's a couple of offbeat lines that it's pretty much just a shithole, and nobody wants to go. Nobody wants to live in Earth. But this is in Alien Resurrection is 600 years in the future from any of these movies. It's another 500 years after Alien 3, so it's far ways in the future.
Big leap, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So back to the scene. I keep talking about things I enjoy, but then I keep reminding myself about this. So anyways, Ferris freaks out. She sees the thing attacking her. She goes, runs, goes and gets the gun. And cool, they have guns. Awesome.
Shotgun.
And could be effective. You never really... Anyways, so she goes and runs in to go shoot the fucking thing. And what does she do immediately? What's the first thing she does when she runs into that room? Slips on the fucking blood.
Yeah.
Just like the other one. And I just thought they had to have known that is a weirdly timed comedic beat. To most people, at least to me, and a lot of people I know, they kind of go like that, she slipped in it too.
Uh-huh.
Most people don't go, look at that foreshadowing, because it wasn't even foreshadowing. It happened 10 seconds prior to the other character.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's not really foreshadowing.
I thought the same thing when I watched it the first time. I never thought about it after that. But the first watch through the movie, I laughed at that same part actually.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the same thing as in pretty much any of these movies. They have to blow up the lander.
Oh, it's that fucking phone. They blow up the lander. Yeah, Lander 1.
Yeah, Lander 1. Which would be cool if there's a Lander 2.
Uh-huh.
Be fine. Be perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
But Lander 1. Mm-hmm. So just like a Prometheus, they had to blow it all up just as other people were showing. Again, they do a lot of shot-for-shot kind of stuff, almost takes. It's like Ridley Scott's okay, well, I like this and people like this from Prometheus. Yeah, it's an explosion, obviously, but I'm going to do it better this time. I'm going to it was absolutely a better explosion in this one.
And the little alien runs out the door.
Right? Scampers.
They're fast, man. They're
right?
fast. They're
And then you
fast.
see Ferris's body come fucking walking. But how the explosion happens is, okay, clearly she's in the back with all these yellow tanks, which in this world, I guess it's not red tanks that everything's explosive. It's yellow because there's a couple of other things they hit in this fucking thing that are yellow that explode. So, okay, yellow's the warning thing, but that must be known in this universe. So she starts unloading shotgun rounds at this fucking alien, and like with no thought about it whatsoever. And I would be like, oh, I've played video games. I know what happens when you shoot these things, which still, that's not actually exactly what would happen. But explosions don't quite happen that easily out of a situation like that. But so she just keeps wildly shooting at this thing, and guess what? She blows up Lander 1. And I just think that was just one of the, like, they just wrote her so stupid, and she's just hysterical from the beginning of that scene, from the beginning of that whole sequence to the end. Because when they show up, she's hysterical, and and I get that that's what they're going for, is these people are out of their league, but it could have been a little bit fucking smarter. So that was one that I just thought was dumb. Otherwise, everybody else in the movie were just kind of like cannon fodder for death. So you never really got to know many of the other characters.
Not really, you know.
No.
Not too much. Just
another thing this movie does have on compared to the first one is gratuitous nudity right at the end. Right in the last like 20 minutes.
Barely.
Yes. You see like 2 nipples, and then they get ripped. You see her nipples twice, and then they get ripped apart.
Oh, did you see 2?
Yeah.
I only saw 1. Oh,
yeah,
I only saw 1.
Right? But again, another
3 times.
Another shower sex scene.
That scene made me laugh.
Yeah.
Just the scene with the thing coming.
With the hook.
The thing sticking hook coming out. And then she's like, oh.
Right?
And then, bah.
Yeah, no, that's kind of an allusion to a deleted scene in the original Alien, where it was like Crab walks into this room with I can't, Lambert's character, the female, and she's like turns around, and it's behind her, and it's Crab walking, and its tail is in between its legs, like its dick, and it sees her, and it gets super like its tail gets super erect and goes for her. and everyone went, no, Ridley, that doesn't look good. Please, let's not put that in the movie. So they didn't put that in Alien.
Yeah, it was a strange enough scene as it was, I thought. But.
Yeah, so he nodded to it in this one by doing that whole thing. But it's like, why are you trying to make these things super oddly sexual?
Yeah.
Like, that has nothing to do with the xenomorphs. They don't reproduce like regular things.
Fucking David wants to kiss everybody.
Right? That again. And he did it with, he almost kind of did it with Ash in the first one. Like how Ash tries to kill Ripley. Like he's just trying to shove that fucking newspaper down her goddamn throat. Yeah. So that's also and while there's like pictures of like nude pictures of women behind him, because that it's like somebody's bunk or whatever. So it's just like a weird, again, he adds this weird sexual thing to beings that don't have sexuality. Like robots shouldn't have a sexuality. Xenomorphs definitely don't. I mean, I guess there's a queen, but that's more of a hive mind thing. That's not like, yeah.
David's confused.
David is very confused in this movie because yeah. So I guess we can get into
what's with all the hello brother and mother and shit too. Why do they talk to the computer and call it mother, and why mother brother?
Well, mother is actually the it's like MUTHE3R or something like that is like the name of the
Okay.
Of the actual like AI or like the ship's
Okay, like HAL or whatever.
yeah, like HAL or something like that.
Okay, okay.
So that's where that comes from.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay,
And
question answered.
Yeah, and brother, I guess that's how androids or synthetics refer to each other. But that again has never been, and it never really is again a thing where the androids use brother so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but mother is like the actual operating system.
Okay, that works. I just thought it was weird. The mother, brother.
Oh, absolutely.
Brother, mother, brother, mother, mother.
And it was in the first Alien when they called it mother. It was absolutely a reference to 2001: Space Odyssey.
Oh yeah,
yeah, like that. Like just the and that's really what they wanted to do with this movie, or with the original Alien was they wanted to make 2001: Space Odyssey, but with Jaws.
mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what this series has come down to. But back to Covenant. What else is great about this movie?
What else is great about it? I don't know if there's anything that I thought was great about this movie, but
no. Again, a lot of the practical effects were great. I thought were actually great. Like and a lot of the violence in it, the gore levels. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the scene I wanted to talk about because that was pretty cool. The wheat field attack scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that watching it, especially on this third time I watched it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of great gore, and I personally think they could have done without that whole inside of the lander thing. They could have kind of like alluded to it and shown a little bit, but not as much, and more focused on this outside one because it's a way better. Like alien chest burst thing, that whole thing. And I don't know why they do it twice like that. You know, like, yes, I know it's to go, oh yeah, so you know that both parties are pretty much fucked right off the hop. Mm-hmm. But it's yeah, I would have done away with the whole lander chest bursting thing and just had it run in there at the end and then you see the whole thing blow up or something like that, you know? Mm-hmm. So I just thought that was a weird thing that they shot two back to back like that. But I really like the action in it when that protomorph is just ripping through the fucking. It's hauling ass through those wheat fields, man. Mm-hmm. That alien, it's just. And the tail whips.
The speed of these things is something that bothers me later in the movie, actually.
Definitely compared to what we know of xenomorphs and how they move. Compared to this, like the later one, bugs the shit out of me.
For me, in Alien, when Ripley's fighting them with the loader, you know, it's fast. She's not super fast with the loader. They make it a little bit more even Steven.
Yeah.
But in this one, when they're having their fight scene on the ship near the end, and she's like, release the crane, and she's got this fucking one-jawed fucking, you know, clamper thing that's like, but these things are fucking fast as fuck, but she manages to catch it.
Yeah. And enough to to hold it and then squeeze it, and I didn't like that either.
No, if they made the aliens so that they were, you know, a little slower, maybe sluggish, but I mean, they made them fast as fuck.
In this one, these are probably the fastest they are in any of them. I think.
Oh yeah,
because
that scene bothered me. That was
a lot of the CGI of that scene. It moved too fast. It looked too smooth. It didn't have the gross textures. Like you could tell, all the like they never did cool close-ups of it. It was always CGI and moving quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can mask things. You can mask things that way. Yeah.
Well, that was the other thing that I liked about the night fight. I thought the white versions looked way better at night because they weren't super brightly lit. You didn't get to see how kind of dumb they looked. Like I thought the white versions of the aliens in this were just kind of looked dumb. They're super fast and like definitely a different version. But I myself didn't like the design of them, and I thought In the Dark did a way better job of still portraying how dangerous these fucking and animalistic these things are without having to see this little fucking midget one just jump on this woman. That was like the worst fucking death out of all of it in the whole movie, I think, is when the tiny one falls out and then just jumps on that one female officer and just keeps biting her, and she's just like and it's just weaving in between her arms, and it just looks bad. Like the CGI in that wasn't cool. And they did something that I do like in most movies to mask that kind of stuff up. And what they did is they just threw a shit ton of blood out. So to kind of like mask it and like made it look extra gory. That's okay. But the CGI still didn't look good. And they should have had more puppets and more like close-ups of practical elements, which they always did in all the other ones. Yeah, so that's something I realized how much I missed seeing practical effects in these movies when it came to the aliens themselves in this. Like, and when you get to see the David created the eggs, those are really cool. Because they're like those look really cool. They're not CGI. They look very similar to the ones in the original Alien.
That's true. Yeah.
And I just thought they were a great design, and seeing it practically was cool. But then they have a super CGI facehugger jump out, and I think once he actually hits the ground, it's a practical facehugger for a bit, and that one looks better. But So I guess I'll get into the one thing that really kills it for me, and that is absolutely that David created the aliens. That is such a hit to the lore of the aliens, and I kind of get it. Like, oh, this is why the company Weyland-Yutani wants to find these aliens so bad in the future, is because one of their creations fucking made these things and created them as a perfect organism. And for what reason? Actually, the reason's to destroy humans. So we shouldn't be fucking trying to find this thing. But that's just kind of lore of aliens. Is that Weyland-Yutani just don't know what they're trying to find? Like they they try to find this alien, but it's not. It should never be brought to Earth. This kind of parasitic fucking alien being. But so in the lore, if they're saying that David created it, so that's why the company wants to find it and maybe somehow erase the fact that it was them that created this thing. I don't know, but it bothered me that he created it, and that was the other thing that Ridley Scott brought back into this movie is. And it kind of defeats the purpose of a queen alien. And what it is that he brings in the fact of like what we were talking about earlier about how the aliens decay, and then they became the spores, and they became like the bugs, and then the bugs became something else, and that the goo itself and its base, whatever being that is, keeps finding a way to live and creating its own life. And in the very first Alien movie, Ridley Scott wanted a scene where Dallas, the captain, they find him and he's turning into an egg, like his body is decomposing and it's creating a new egg.
Oh yeah.
And he's going, kill me. It's where originally that line was supposed to come out, which finally came out in Aliens when they find that the one soldier in the chest burster comes out and she's just like, kill me. But yeah, so it kind of defeats the purpose of a queen, because if these things have a way of just creating eggs within themselves and doing that, then why would there be a queen?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the queen alien is one of the coolest one of the coolest monsters, one of the coolest like concepts. And I thought it really, it's like, oh yeah, these things are like parasites or like bees or like insects and
Insects or whatever.
Yeah.
I was confused about that in this movie actually. How he had the pods, but there was no alien or queen bee. No
Yeah.
queen bee.
And so he created these things through some kind of engineering, but like, then why would there be a queen? I guess to keep it going with it. I don't know. I don't know. And I guess that they could just be evolution and
somehow the aliens knew that David was not an enemy.
They don't care for synthetics unless the synthetics are trying to have pissed them off or have tried to hurt them, which you would think by him having all these ones dissected and shit.
Yeah.
That they would know that it's not. But maybe that he's been creating them, so it's not even that he's bad. He's kind of like their creator.
They recognize him as God.
Yeah, but the reason like aliens don't care about synthetics is that they can't reproduce through synthetics.
There's just that one. Well, there's two scenes in this movie. The one where he's like face to face with the big one, and he's like, "If you breathe into the fucking nose of a horse, it's your friend forever," or whatever. The other one is the little one where they're doing the hand things with each other, and it's just like, I don't know. It's like they were communicating, sort of.
Yes, but it's like how and it's all and it's I don't know, because usually animals, if they are to know this, it has something to do with pheromones or something like that. But
maybe.
But he's a synthetic.
Oh, that's
so
that's
like he wouldn't have any motherly pheromones or any shit like that.
Just some really fucked up testosterone that he doesn't know how to control.
Right?
Yeah.
And then there's the flute scene.
I want to kiss everybody. The flute scene, yeah.
Let me do the fingering.
I put that in my vlog today, actually, or yesterday, the one that's live today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I watched the movie yesterday too.
Oh yeah, so then you looked at that, you watched that scene a little bit more intently after I told you that.
Pretty fucking funny, yeah. It's hilarious, actually, yeah.
Like it's very pseudo-sexual and like the whole thing, and it kind of it does build up to how he kisses him, like, and then he's like, I actually did really enjoy the fight. Oh,
later,
crabs. Fucking hell, good seeing you.
Thanks for hanging out, brother.
Yeah. I liked the robot fight. I thought that was kind of a cool scene.
The robot fight was great.
Yeah, I like seeing when David snaps on the people too, and he just grabs Daniels and just starts fucking throwing her, because it shows that he is a very like powerful being too.
Yeah, it shows you a strength that you don't know that they have.
Yeah.
And you don't, at least I never seen it in any other scenes anywhere in any of the other.
Well, that was the one thing that again, like because the engineer just ripped David's head off like nothing. But you would think that like if David has this kind of strength, he would have been able to put up more of a fight with that engineer in the first in Prometheus.
Could he have rebuilt himself?
I think Shaw rebuilt him. I think before
Shaw rebuilt him, but she wouldn't have been able to rebuild him as like a fucking Terminator.
No,
she would have just been able to put them back together again.
And yeah, he might have been able to upgrade himself a bit. But I that's another scene I did like in the when the fight first happens, because David stabs Walter right in the neck. After Walter goes to confront him, and David stabs him, and he fucking crumples up like it's some kind of like factory fucking reset mode.
She stabs him with the flute.
Yeah, with the flute, like right into the neck, and he crumples into like this like factory reset, like you would think, like that's what it did to him.
I actually had to rewind and watch that scene a couple of times because it was kind of funny. The way he just like, it was like yeah, it was.
It's another one of those like weirdly comedic, like it's super darkly comedic and out of place, but I thought that was cool. But I like when he comes back and the fight starts and he goes, "You're supposed to be." David goes, "You're supposed to be dead," and he just goes, "There's been some upgrades since your time," and he fucking boots him. I just think for like a robot on robot fight, that's probably one of the best fucking like just like fuck you line the robot could have to another one.
Mm-hmm. That was a good scene for sure. It's a good fight.
Yeah.
I like how I kind of liked how they left you hanging at the end where you didn't know which fucking robot it was for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, until the very end of the movie where you find out for sure.
Yeah, right.
And then you're just like I saw the ending of that movie, I was just like, holy fuck! Like this movie doesn't end on a fucking happy note.
Oh God, no! and there's no resolution to this movie yet. Or to this trilogy. There's no resolution to it. Gray. That's what I'm saying.
Gray?
Yeah, no, that's not what it says.
I don't know what it says.
Right?
It doesn't say anything that I can read.
Oh. Garfy. Anyways, what were we just talking about? Shit.
We were talking about
the robot fight. Shit.
The robot fight, yeah, and then fuck, I don't know. Right? I don't know. Push rewind.
Right? It's
anyway, where's my Habibu? That'll help.
Right, that's what I just did too. I enjoyed a lot of the ending.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. Was the movie?
Ending. Yeah, and I like that they end it on a good note, and then you look like what I did. And every time I've watched this movie, they they get off the planet, blah blah blah. They get up to their ship after David lets the alien gets out, and she crushes it on the fucking thing. And okay, they get up to their ship, and it's like, wow, is this the first time that they have a fairly happy ending other than Aliens? But it's more there's more people alive. They're it's not just one or two people in a pod. Which is how Aliens ended too.
She says goodnight to Tennessee. She crawls into her little.
Well, and they have one of the best goddamn scenes in the entire movie is when they talk finally. Like after everything, Tennessee and he goes like, "Oh, do I have to call you captain now?" And she's like, "Fucking rights you do." just that it's like, oh, that's a and then they hug because they both lost their wives, their partners, and it's a pretty good scene. It actually shows some character growth and blah blah blah.
There was the part though where he came in, Tennessee comes in and he says to her, "You're sure looking good." And I was thinking, it's kind of soon, man. Your wife, that's just
pretty quick, man. I know you're all hyped up on adrenaline and shit, but tone it down. Tone it down.
You're looking good.
She never even made it into the ground. All right, she got burned up. Okay.
The captain, yeah, exactly. I mean, they both just lost their.
They literally both burned up. I just put that together. Both of their partners burned up in fires.
Looking pretty good.
Right? I'm glad he didn't use the word hot. That would set that scene over the top. Right? Looking pretty hot right now.
Just like my wife.
Right? And your husband. Oh, and yeah, I like that they had more alien scenes in it though, like the shower scene but can they ever figure out another way to kill these fucking they already had the one kill with even though it was stupid, at least they crushed it and it died. Cool. That's kind of a way we haven't seen these things die before. How did they get rid of the alien in this movie, Carl?
Yeah,
How did what do they do?
The quick little speedy alien, or big
No.
the big speedy alien.
Well, no. Like at the very end, like the second one that shows up. How do they get rid of this one? They blow it out of a goddamn airlock.
Yeah,
okay?
with a great big truck pushing it out.
Yeah. What did they do in the first Alien?
Big slow moving truck. Yeah.
They blew it out of the goddamn airlock.
Yeah, that was one of the things I wrote down.
And Ripley says that in the second movie. I blew it out of the goddamn airlock. And what does she do in that movie, in Aliens? Blows it out of the goddamn airlock. That's 3 out of like 6 to 7 movies that has. That's the only way they can kill these things. And Romulus is going to show you that. Well, it actually, the way that it ties into the first movie is really cool. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's just blowing things out of airlocks. It's been done. Mm-hmm. Like I would have rather had them like do just something different. Like, God damn it, there's 1,001 horror movies out there that have brand new kills of things all the goddamn time. Figure something out. You're in space. You have technology.
The acid
like
blood
fucking microwave the thing.
Yeah, it's the acid. It's the acid blood in these things that makes it.
So they can't just shoot it down.
Yeah, because they're just killing themselves.
Yeah, because they always end up on spaceships.
The blood will eat through the hull,
right? Which is like in Alien Resurrection. That's not really they don't really care about that plot point. It gets brought up, but like they are just shooting these fucking things. So
maybe, but it's 500 years ahead though, right?
Yeah. So you would think that they'd have better alloy or whatever.
Do they in that movie? Do they know that the aliens exist?
Oh yes, yes.
They could have potentially prepared the military. What you say? They got acid blood. We need better fucking metal.
Yes. There's definitely ways to make that, and it's like 500 years in the future. Maybe they just have stronger metals or whatever.
They know what they're dealing with a little bit more, so they've upgraded their.
Oh, you'll absolutely you'll get a kick out of that. I'm gonna try to clip that question because. Clip that little section there because they tell you. Like they know they are very well prepared for what these aliens are.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I guess that's Alien Covenant. It's definitely not the worst Alien movie out there. I'll tell you that much right now. I still think
a fucking pant load better than fucking Prometheus. That's for sure.
Absolutely, it is. It's actually entertaining.
It's a good action sci-fi movie that maybe shouldn't have been tied to Alien.
That's exactly what I think too. Like if it had, because they could have done different creatures.
Yeah.
In that entire movie. And it would have just been a cool alien, like not even alien movie, but an alien movie.
Yeah, just fucking sci-fi space fucking movie or whatever.
Right?
Spaceballs. Oh no.
Yeah, and yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun, but a lot of the effects didn't land for me, other than the practical stuff. Oh, hey. Hello. This is, you're kind of catching the end of our live show, but this series that we're doing right now is CarlTheMadman.
Go subscribe to JimmyJamz. That's the most important thing.
Number one thing, like and subscribe. JimmyJamz presents. It's a great, and what we're doing on these channels is, right now, this is not angry review show. That's funny. Wow, I almost stole somebody else's name. It's a nerdy, chaotic review show, and we're going through the franchise Aliens. Not all at once. I'm not doing that. No, we're not. No, we're not doing that. But we're doing like about a weekly video, and they're going through Carl the Madman's right now.
Subscribe to JimmyJamz.
Yeah, exactly. Subscribe because I'm like two subscribers away, and then once I do that, I'll be able to host my own lives also, and so
twice as much fun.
Right, twice as much fun. And hey, if anybody out there in the chat ever wants to, you like the show and you enjoyed it, if there's a movie you want to, if there's ever a movie you want to review, hit me up, man. I'm always up to doing stuff like this. I love talking about movies, and sometimes I even like talking about ones I really don't like. You should check out the Prometheus one. We just did that last week.
Prometheus, yep. It's just dig through my channel.
Yeah, and if you go to my channel, on my playlist, I have a playlist called the Nerdy and Chaotic Review Show.
Oh, perfect.
Go through that, and it has all of ours. I've saved all these off of Carl's channel, but they're all there. And yeah,
cool. I'll put a link to your place. I'll put a link to your playlist in this description. Yeah.
You could put a link to my PlayStation, but I haven't played that in a very long time. I have an Xbox.
Your PlayStation, yeah. Your playlist. There will be a link in the description to your playlist.
Cool. Hell yeah.
So in June, there's a movie coming to theaters, and I was wondering if maybe you want to go see it, and then we could do a movie review about it.
What's that?
28 years later.
Oh, yes. I'm 100% down. I would love to do that.
I don't think anybody, I know when Natasha she's not a zombie fan, so she's not going to want to go see it. Caitlin, maybe. But I mean, really? I fucking want to see it, and I'd love to see it in the theater.
So, absolutely. No, I would absolutely love to check that out, man.
And then we could talk about it,
Right? Maybe we could, the weeks leading up to it, we could do 28 days and 28 weeks.
Yeah, we could do that too. Yeah, that sounds fun. June's not that far away, but yeah, fucking A.
Right. We only have a few more movies to do.
How many more is there to
do? There's Romulus, which is the next one we're gonna watch.
Yeah,
and it's great. It's set in between Alien 1 and Aliens, and it's great. It's it's the newest release. It's the newest released Alien movie, and then after that, there's Alien 3. And then there's Alien Resurrection. So only 3 more.
Okay. Romulus, which I started watching last night, but I only got like 2 minutes in, and then I was like, no, I got to go to bed. I'm going to be sitting here for 2 fucking hours till 4 in the morning if I...
Right?
I'm like, why did
that's another thing. There's none of these movies are short movies. They're all about 2 hours.
Are they? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Romulus will be our next one. So make sure to come and check us out for that, because I love the Alien Romulus, and there's some cool behind the scenes stuff that I want to talk about. And I've been really up to date with this one because after Alien Covenant, I was hopeful for the series, but I also kind of just went, can we get rid of the whole Prometheus storyline and just forget that happened and do something just better, just without any of that attached to it. And that's kind of what Romulus is, because but it also has its connections to Romulus, to Prometheus and Covenant. So they did a really good job of linking it to all the lore.
Cool. Well, I'll watch it, a couple of times or so this week, probably, and then I don't know, sometime next week. Maybe over on your channel if you've got 50 or whatever. I'm down.
I'm damn close. I'm damn close.
I'm down whenever you want to do it, man.
Hell yeah.
But I'll definitely watch it this week.
Oh, absolutely. Get a couple watches in. And again, when I say it's a good one, that's my opinion. A lot of people like Covenant more than I do, but I've eat and breathed this franchise. Like, before even any of these movies came out, I had like 200 comics when I was a kid about all the Dark Horse comics about aliens. I couldn't get enough of this universe.
Yeah.
So I read a lot of the books that came out, and
to the average fucking Joe like me, I didn't even know that shit existed. I didn't even know they had a comic book or.
Oh yeah, that's where like the whole Alien versus Predator thing ever came to be at first. Other than that one little scene in Predator 2 where you see the alien head. It's that,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
immediately there's comic books, and then there's video games right away. It's really cool. I like how all that comes to be. But maybe one of these days we'll do an Alien versus Predator thing.
Yeah, that sounds fun too. Yeah.
All right. I think that's it. Alien Covenant. It's definitely not the worst. It's not the best. I give it a solid 6 to 7.
That's funny.
Out of 10.
I was thinking about that, and I was thinking 6.5. That's exactly what I
Yeah.
was thinking. That's
Yeah,
funny.
that's roughly it. Like it's nothing that'll blow your mind, but it's fun enough that, and definitely if you're an average moviegoer and you're not fucking living off Xeno blood, then yeah, absolutely, it's a fine movie. But it doesn't do anything special.
Whoops.
If you're a fan or if you're not, but it's something to watch, and it doesn't piss you off like Prometheus does.
Yeah, I didn't like that movie.
Prometheus, I think we landed on a 3 for that.
I was talking to Cambo Elephantitis.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking about Prometheus because he saw the stream or whatever, watched some of it or whatever. He didn't watch it all because he was surprised that I didn't like that movie. It's like, you didn't like that movie? And I'm like, no, man, I did not like that movie.
Then he did not watch enough of the stream.
No, but I think
he must have only seen the good parts.
But I mean, imagine he's probably like me, and he's not down on the lore or anything either. So, but there was a lot more things about Prometheus that I hated that had nothing to do with lore. I don't think.
All right, and hey, Ethan,
Ethan,
you're gonna give it a 7 and 7.5, eh?
Ethan.
Well, you know what? That's good. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, even if they're wrong. But no.
7.5 as far as action sci-fi movie goes, I can go with that. I think what draws it down for me is that it's tied to Alien, and I don't think it should have been.
Absolutely. And I really liked this movie when it first came out, and my very first viewing of it, I was like, oh, this is great. Then I saw the cracks full. I mean, there was the whole like robot sex thing. Not robot sex, but like kind of
David's confusion.
Yes, David's confusion.
It's the one thing about human that he can't understand, I guess.
Right? 8 is pushing it. Sorry, I'm going back to the chat for a second. 8 is pushing it. Well, you must have talked to my wife. No. Anyways.
All right. Let's end this thing.
Yeah, I think it's time to end this before I get too bad. It was great again, Carl, and I can't wait to talk about Romulus. I really enjoy it, and I want to know if you do too, or if maybe I'm just too much of a diehard into this whole fanboy shit.
I'll definitely let you know what I think.
Absolutely, and everybody watching, don't forget, like and subscribe. CarlTheMadman, first of all, and then JimmyJamz. Make sure to come and subscribe and like my channel, because I can't wait to just do more of this. I'm really excited.
JimmyJamz presents on YouTube.
And I can almost do my own, so I just need like two more subscribers. So
come on, damn it, just do it.
Right? Just do it.
Just do it. Okay, dude.
Thank you again, Carl, and don't forget to stay chaotic and always keep nerdy.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
What he said. The fuck's going on?
I'm here. That's my do.
What's going on? Oh, it's different. It's different. Something's different.
Uh-oh. The updated system. Mother, what are you doing, Mother?
Mother. Yeah. Well, maybe that's the one I got to use.
Mother, cancel the stream. Mother.
I can't turn it off. How the hell do I do this? That's because I'm looking at the wrong. Okay.
You had the wrong phone.
Totally got the wrong.
All right.
Like, this doesn't work. Oh, look, now it looks like it's gonna work. Okay, dude, have a good one. Thanks.
Yeah, you too, brother.
This was fun.
Thank you.
Fuck. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Hey.